In a world of cheap plastic cameras, there can only be one winner, or maybe just a bunch of losers. Stick around for the Cheap Plastic Camera Challenge, coming right up.
Hey, it's the old camera guy here, but as my wife pointed out to me recently, I could just as easily be known as the cheap camera guy. And as always, she's right, because when it comes to cheap cameras, I just can't seem to pass them up, whether it's at a thrift store or a flea market or a garage sale. If there's an old film camera there for a couple of bucks, chances are pretty good it's going home with me. So I finally realized instead of just collecting these cameras, maybe it's time I actually started shooting some of these and see if they're any good. And that's really the idea behind the Cheap Plastic Camera Challenge series. Okay, so the concept is simple. Take two similar cheap film cameras, load them with identical rolls of film, shoot the roll of film in each camera, and then figure out which one I like best, which cameras might be worth keeping, and which ones I might just want to let go of. So today we have two super compact point and shoot cameras that fit in the palm of your hand. Let's take a closer look. Here we have the Vivitar camera. It has no model number or name branding on this other than Vivitar. Its companion here is the Pix Camera from Ansco. And the most obvious difference between these two is that the Ansco does have a built-in flash here. The Vivitar does not. So to make this a fair fight, I'm not going to put batteries in the Pix, and we are not going to use the flash. Outside of the flash and the front panel, these cameras are virtually identical. Looking at the top panel, you can see that both cameras have a switch to toggle between panoramic and the standard aspect ratio of 24:36. The frame counter and the shutter release are the same on both models. And looking at the side here, you can see that the latch and styling is identical on both models. And on the bottom here, the only differences are the Ansco here does say made in China and has a battery chamber. The Vivitar says Vivitar USA, and of course there's no battery chamber because there's no flash on this one. Here as we take a look at the back panel, you see remarkably similar styling on both of these models. The Ansco here does have a flash indicator light because it does have a flash. The Vivitar does not. That's just a circle in the plastic there. Same viewfinder, same film window, same winder. One other small difference on the Vivitar here, there is a directional guide for the winder to tell you which direction to wind it. That is not there on the Ansco. Alright, taking a look on the inside here, there's one major difference between the Ansco here and the Vivitar here, and you might be able to tell from the little reflection right there in the middle. There is a rear plastic element in the Ansco here that is not there in the Vivitar. So we'll see if that makes any difference in the finished photos. Now that we've seen the cameras, it's time to load them both up with some Kodak Max 800 and see what they can do. Let's fast forward in time and check out the results. At first glance, these cameras look to be pretty evenly matched, but about halfway through the roll, the Ansco Pix jammed up and I couldn't advance it anymore. That's why you may have noticed more pictures from the Vivitar in the montage. So what I thought might end up in a draw ended up being a clear knockout victory for the Vivitar. Now, just because the Vivitar won doesn't mean it gave stellar results. You could tell from the pictures that the contrast, the sharpness were certainly nothing exceptional, but they were adequate. the viewfinder is clear and does give a pretty good representation of what ends up on your film, so I did appreciate that. So there is no metering, there's no focusing, you can't even set the ISO, so this is a true point and shoot camera. The one thing this does have going for it is its size. This thing is tiny, super compact, so it fits in any pocket and you can take it with you anywhere. So again, this camera is nothing special, but I didn't expect it to be. But if you're looking just to take some quick outdoor shots from 5 feet to infinity, you can load this thing with some high-speed film and you'll be alright. If you're new to this channel and you like film photography and you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. If you're already a subscriber, I really appreciate your support. You can see more of my photography on Instagram and Flickr as The Old Camera Guy. Thanks for spending your time with me, and as always, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film.